Now, what we will be doing today, we have what? We have inequalities, number 6, problems 8 through 12, and then we will be doing some algebra. All right.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, Maureen. So until Alva comes on, if she does, she has an appointment. It will be you and I. So you will be talking back to me today, right? What are you? Why are you laughing, Maureen? Sure,
No.
you're gonna be. Sure, you're gonna be
I-
talking back to me because you did the problems, right?
uh,
And some we did on Thursday. You were with me Thursday, so.
yeah, yeah.
And notice I put this reference sheet up here about common word phrases, that are translated to the greater than, less
No.
than, greater
Uh,
than or equal, less than or equal. Okay. Now, do you see the screen? Math inequalities quiz number 6.
yeah.
Okay.
No, it's the eight.
You don't see quiz number 6?
Yeah, you see quiz number six. Yeah, but yeah, number eight now.
Yes, that's right. Problem 8. Yes, we'll do problems 8 through 12. Now, Maureen,
We
I'll
do,
read.
we did eight Thursday.
I know, which means you should be able to give me the answers.
Yeah.
And remember, I'm taping this, so some persons weren't there Thursday, so this will be new for
Uh,
them. Okay,
uh,
so since we did it, that means you know the answers, right? So let me just read the question and you tell me the answers. It is very cold today and the temperature is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Write an inequality that models this situation. Let T equal temperature today. So, Maureen, what is the inequality?
less. Let's see. Less than less.
What is less?
Let's see.
What's the variable?
Less than.
What's the variable?
Less than is the opposite direction.
No, what is the variable? What are you saying is less than? What are we talking about? We talk about
T
temperature here.
T
Right, T.
T T
So
T is
T,
less.
so you're saying
Yeah.
T is
T
less than. So
is
let's
less.
let's get our less than symbol right here. So what is T less than? What value?
Thir- 32
Yes, T
degrees
less than.
Fahrenheit.
That's right. Very good. The temperature is below 32, so it's less than 32. Very good. Okay, let's go to our next one. I'll read it. You tell me the answer, the inequality. Suppose a low sodium food has at most 140 milligrams per serving. Write an inequality that models this situation. Let S equal number of milligrams of sodium in a serving of low sodium food. What is the inequality, Maureen?
Okay, S is for sodium, right?
That's right. That's the variable.
Is less than or equal
Okay,
to
less than or
140.
equal, right? Less than or equal at most means less translates to less than or equal. And what's the
Um,
amount?
140 milligrams.
140. Okay, so we just put the 140. So that is correct. The sodium count as S number of milligrams is less than or equal to 140. And notice this says at most, right? And over
Uh-huh.
here it says at most translates to is less than or equal to. Okay, now let's go to C. Another one we want to write the inequality for. The pool lowest depth was more than 3 feet. Write an inequality that models the pool. What is it, Maureen?
Okay, let D be the depth of the pool,
right?
would be, okay, would be greater than 3 feet.
So what is greater than?
The
What's,
pool,
what's the variable? What is the variable for the depth of the pool?
greater than,
No, what is the variable, Maureen, for the depth of the pool? What is the variable? Right here,
let D,
D. So that's what
yeah,
you tell me first. D, which
yeah,
is the variable, and what is the inequality?
greater than,
Greater than. So for more than, here we go, more than, greater than. So let's copy the inequality, put it here, and that would be the 3 for the 3 feet. So those are the inequality expressions for those. All right, now let's go to our next inequality. Number 9. How do you solve this one, Maureen? Number 9.
okay.
Annie,
Okay.
Beth, and well, read it, Maureen.
Annie, Beth, and Carly go shopping. Annie spent $M. Beth spent twice as much as Annie. Carly spent $5 more than Annie. The total amount of money spent in dollars is less than $60. Good.
Which inequality? Keep going.
Okay, which equality expresses the information?
Yes, which inequality express this information? You're given 4 choices. But since it said less than, right? Which ones could
Uh,
you eliminate,
I
Maureen?
would eliminate A.
No, which ones could you eliminate? Now it says less than
Uh,
60, right?
yeah,
So you would eliminate anything that's greater than 60. So which ones can you eliminate here?
B
B,
and
right?
D and D.
B and D. D is in dog. Yes,
Yeah.
because both of those are greater than. So you know it's
Uh,
between A and C. Now, how
yeah.
could you figure it out? Now, what I want you to do is to translate these expressions
I
to
put okay.
translate these words to the math. So that's that one. And then translate Collie's amount.
How I did my I put and Beth and Carly go shopping.
Okay. So what
This
did
is
it?
how I do mine.
Go ahead.
I put 4 and right.
You put what?
I put she had twice as much money as Annie. Right? Beth spent twice as much money as Annie. Annie spent $M, right?
So Annie equal M, right?
Yeah.
Because she spent
Uh-huh.
$M. What
Uh-huh.
what did you put for Beth?
Beth missing. I put Beth spent M. No, Beth
Beth,
spent twice.
yeah, Beth spent
Beth
twice
spent
as much as
twice
Annie.
as
Did
much
how did
money
you
as
write that?
I write. I write M plus. No,
Twice as much is a multiplication.
multiplication. Yeah,
So what did Beth spend?
twice
How,
as much.
yeah, twice as much as Annie. How did you
Mm.
translate that to the math?
I put +5.
No, we're talking Beth. Beth spends twice as much as Annie. That's a multiplication.
Yeah.
So what would that look like as a math statement? Beth equal what, Maureen? How do you translate twice as much as Annie and Annie is M? How do you translate that Beth statement? What does twice mean? What number?
2.
2. That's right. So what do I put here for Beth? 2 what?
2
2 what?
M.
That's it, Maureen. Excellent. 2M, because Beth spends twice as much as Annie. That's 2 times M. Now, let's go to Carly. Carly
Carly.
spends $5 more than Annie. How did you translate that, Maureen?
Okay.
More than
Uh,
means what?
more than to add.
That's it. Very good. So what did Carly spend?
$5.
Well, she spent $5 more than
More
Annie.
than
So
the more
how
than
would you
Annie.
translate that to the math?
5
Okay.
times.
No, more than is an add, you told me.
Okay.
So what would Carly be?
Plus
Yes, very good. Plus what?
5 plus 2 times.
No. Carly
Okay.
spends $5 more than Annie. That's 5 added to what Annie spent. So what did Annie spend? Right here.
M.
M. That's right. Okay, so now we've got it all translated. We've got all the words translated in the math. Annie spends M dollars. Annie equal M. Beth
Mhm.
spends twice as much. That's a multiplication. 2 times M. Carly spends $5 more than Annie. That's an
Uh-huh.
add. So
Uh-huh.
5 plus M. Now we know they spent less than $60 together. So how would I write this total, Maureen, using these terms? How would I write the total?
I will write. Okay. 4M
No. You've got to write these Beth, Annie plus Beth plus
uh,
Carly gives you the total, right?
uh-huh.
So how would I
And
write this?
okay. Annie equals M
Well, we know
plus.
Annie is M. Okay, so
Yeah.
so M, that's Annie,
Uh,
plus what?
2M, which is
Which is Beth,
Beth
right? 2M plus what?
plus 5.
Give me Carly. 5 plus what? What is Carly?
5
5 what?
M.
5 plus M. You write
Yep.
just what you have here. 5 plus M. In other words, Annie plus Beth plus Carly would give you
Mm-hmm.
Annie plus Beth plus Carly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
this we said is less than 60. So let's just copy the expression. We say that's less than 60. And that would be less than, let's just put that there, less than 60. Okay, now let's combine. Okay, so what's M plus 2M plus 5 plus M, Maureen?
2M plus M is 4M.
Yes, that's right. 1M plus 2M is 3M plus 1M again is 4M. So you have 4M And we still have that constant 5, right? Plus
Uh-huh.
5,
Oh, okay.
and that would be less than 60. So let's just put out less than 60. Now, do you see the answer?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
See,
That's it. Very good.
I
Answer.
have I have see, but I didn't work it out like that.
What did you do?
I just said that just when I look at the four answers, and I know it can be one, it can be A, nor B, nor D. So God, right? Don't mind that we got two braces because one is subtracting, one is additional, and one is adding.
Okay.
Um,
Well, you could eliminate, like I say, the greater than's, right? Because it said
mm,
less than. So you could eliminate B and D because those are both greater than
mm,
inequalities, right? So
um,
you have between A and C.
um,
And and how did you select between A and C? You said something about subtract.
yeah, because one got a minus, one got like A got 4 and minus 5, right?
Right.
But then they say, but it can't be that because they say that Carly spend 5 more.
Okay, very
Yeah,
good, Maureen. You
yeah,
figured it out
yeah,
because you spend
yeah,
5 more, it has to be an add, can't be a
yeah.
subtraction. Excellent. Okay. All right, let's go to number 10. Number 10.
This had a lot of reading. I can't even understand this one.
Oh, you didn't understand this one? Okay, let's figure it out.
But I figure I answer.
What's the answer?
I put answer B. So I sure.
Oh, not B. It's not B. Okay.
Okay.
Now read number 10, Maureen.
Okay. A foreman is hiring a group of workers. Let me put there. Okay. Break down a little further.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Good. A foreman is hiring workers, a group of workers for 1 day. The total cost of the work crew per day is represented by the number of workers times daily salary of each worker. The foreman can hire one or two types of workers. Master, 6 workers can do the job for an hourly rate of $5 X, right?
Hmm.
Apprentices, 15 workers can do the job for an hourly rate of X of dollar Y. When the foreman worked out his option, he realized that it is cheaper to hire masters, in which of the following must be true.
Okay. Here's your clue, right? Here's what you're doing here. When the
Okay.
foreman works at his option,
Uh-huh.
he realizes that it's cheaper to hire the
Uh-huh.
masters, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, what does that mean? That means that what the masters do would be less money than what the apprentices do, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So that's like a less than.
Uh,
Okay, so what it says when the foreman works out his options, he realizes that it is cheaper to hire the masters. That means 6 workers at an hourly rate of X dollars is
uh-huh.
less than the apprentices, which are 15 workers at
Uh-huh.
Y hours. So
Uh-huh.
how would you write that as an inequality, Maureen?
Okay, but that means that is okay, be less than, right?
Yes, the master's work would be less than the apprentice work. Okay.
Hmm.
So how would I write that as an inequality?
Okay,
The
well,
masters
okay.
are 6x, six
Uh-huh.
times x. The The parentheses are 15 times y.
Yeah.
How would I write that 6 times x is less than 15 times y? Tell me how to write that.
Okay, we'll write X.
6 times x.
6 times
Workers
X.
times the hourly rate.
Right, yeah.
15 times y. Y is the hourly rate. So tell me what to write, Maureen.
Okay.
You just said it.
6.
Yep. 6 what?
6.
Uh-huh. What's the hourly rate?
S.
X. Right. Now,
X.
yes. Now that's less than, we said, right?
Uh,
So that's less than. So let's just take a less than. The 6x, that's the masters. And since he says cheaper to hire them, that's less than what, Maureen? What do I put on the right side of the inequality?
less than SY.
No, how many workers?
15.
Yeah, 15. There are 15 apprentices. So that's less than 15 times their hourly wage, which is y. There's your inequality. 6x less than 15y. Now, you don't see that as one of the answers, right? What does this translate to what you see here?
Okay, that would translate to 6X. Okay.
Think about it, Maureen. How would you just get x over here on the left? What would you do? You just get x. What operation?
I would put X, right?
Now, what operation? 6 times x is a multiplication.
Yeah.
To get just x, you have to do the opposite of multiplication, which is
Divide.
what? Right.
Divide.
So what would you divide by?
6.
That's it. Very good. Divide both sides by 6. So you're going to divide both sides of your inequality by 6. So let's just copy this inequality and divide both sides by 6. So we put under here division, and on the right division, and then let's put our 6 both places. So this will be a 6.
Become 1 or X.
And this would be a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's 6x divided by 6, Maureen?
1 or X.
That's right. 1 or x. Well, 1x or x. Right? So 1x. And what do we get on the when we divide 15 by 6? What do we get?
15 by 6. Okay, 15 by 6 is like, let's see.
Divide it out. What do you get?
2.5.
That's it. Very good. 2.5. And that would be y. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same. This is the same. 1x is the same as x. So we can just copy that and say x less than 2.5y. So what's the answer, Maureen?
Yeah.
That's it. A.
I should have get that right because I have figured like that, but then I said it may be wrong.
Yes, Maureen, yes, because you said the 2.5. See, once they tell you the foreman realized that the masters is cheaper to hire the masters than the apprentices, that means the masters work amount, the amount, well, the money that he'd have to pay the masters is less than what he'd have to pay the apprentices. So that's why you can write masters. Just write it. Let me just write it here. Masters than, this would be less than apprentice. Okay. See the master. See, so what he just said, you could just write it in words, right?
Mhm.
What he pays the masters is less than what he'd have to pay the apprentices.
Mhm.
Then you could just translate it to what we have here. Six, they gave us the masters, 6 workers at X dollars for the hourly rate, and the apprentices, 15 workers at Y dollars for the hourly rate. So you just take these words and then write them as with the variables they use and the number of the X hourly rate for the masters, Y hourly rate for the apprentices. So this is what he, because when he said it's cheaper to hire the masters, that means what he pays the masters is less than what he'll pay the apprentices. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the way you set it up, Maureen, and that's how you got, and you got the right
Okay.
answer. A. You divided the 6 into the 15. That goes 2.5 times or 2.5. So the
Uh-huh.
answer is A. So you said there was a lot of words there, right? But
Mhm.
when you look at all these words, then you just can just look at right here. It's cheaper to hire the masters. Masters pay less than apprentices. Now you can take that 6 workers for masters, that X hourly rate, 15 for the apprentices, Y hourly rate, and then just simplify it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Is it clear to you now, Maureen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if you had another one like this, you could probably solve it. Okay. All right. Let's go to number 11. Did you did number 11, right?
No.
Oh, Maureen, I know you can do number 11.
It said, okay, a school budget of $240 per class. To buy books, a math workbook costs $10 and a science workbook costs $12. If you buy 12 math books, right?
Mm-hmm.
You buy 12 math books. What is the maximum? Well, 12 workbooks would be a math book is for $12, $10.
Okay.
Well, if you buy 12, would be at 100 and 120.
Okay. So how
Okay.
much do you have left of your budget?
120.
Okay. And if a science workbook costs $12, how many workbooks could you buy?
Okay. 120. You got to divide 120 by 12, right?
Yes. And what do you get?
Well, I don't do it with 120 divided by 12. Oh, right. Good, I had that thing.
That's it. You see how you figured it out?
I had it, but I didn't know it was right.
Yes, it's right. You got it right. Because this one, you say, well, okay, 12. He bought 12. So 12 math workbooks equal 12 times 10 equal $120, right? So he
Mhm.
spent $120. That is, you've spent $120 on math workbooks, right? But
Yeah.
you had a budget of 240. So you just take that 240 minus what you spent on the math workbooks, gives you 120 uh, remaining to buy science workbooks, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you have $120 left. That's 120. Okay, to buy science workbooks. But the science workbooks cost what? $12. So 120 divided by 12 equals 10 science workbooks. That's it. And so
Mm-hmm.
you did that mental math, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you took that $120 divided by the number of science books you want to buy. Okay. And you get 10 science workbooks. So the answer is B. So you had that one correct, Maureen. Very
Uh-huh.
good. Okay. Now the next one was a compound inequality. I just wanted to check to see how you did on compound. This one we didn't spend a lot of time on because we really not going to really do too many compound. But it's compound inequality is a combination of two inequalities, where one says at least 40 miles per hour, and the other one says but not greater than 60 miles per hour. Now, S would be the speed.
This is the highway, 40
S would
miles.
be the speed, right?
Uh-huh.
So this one, we want to write it as, well, we'll have S. So S is the speed. So let's just put S here. That's the variable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, must be at least 40 miles per hour. In other words, you can't go less than 40
And
miles
40
per
miles.
hour.
Right.
And you cannot be greater than, so you can't exceed 60 miles per hour. So, okay, let's start with the right side. How would I write but not greater than 60 miles per hour? What would I put here for the 60, Maureen?
Not greater.
That means it's got to be less than or equal, right? Not greater,
Uh-huh.
so less than or equal. So what would I put here after the S for the speed? I'm just working on the right side now. I'm working on this one.
Equal.
Not greater is less than or equal.
Equal, yeah.
So what would I put here after the S?
There's two long lines.
Hmm? It would be less than or
On a
equal.
great first.
No,
Yeah.
less than or equal.
Or
So
equal.
let's get a less than or equal symbol. Okay, so this would be less than or equal. This is less than or equal.
And equal, yeah, the opposite direction where.
Okay, so less than or equal. Let's just put that there for the 60 because we can't go more than 60. So S less than or equal
Equals
60,
60.
right?
Yeah.
Now, what would we have on the left hand side?
40.
At least 40.
Yeah.
So what would 40 be?
Less than.
Yeah, 40. Well, we put 40. And then we put less than or equal. Okay. Because this is saying if 40 is less than or equal to S, then S has to be greater than or equal 40. So that's why we put, you're right, we put less than, and the way we read this, S greater than or equal to 40, but less than or equal to 60. You follow, Maureen?
Uh-huh. Try to.
Yeah, okay. Now this says 40 less than S, right?
S.
Okay. If 40 is less than S, then S must be greater than or equal to 40, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So 40 less than or equal to S, S then must be greater than or equal to 40. In other words, you can't go under 40. Okay, but
Uh-huh.
you can't go more than
60.
60. That's why it's less than or equal to 60. So that would be your compound inequality.
I
That's
see.
an and. Compound
Uh-huh.
inequalities is a combination of more than one inequality,
Uh-huh.
right? Because you see that on the highway where it says speed limit of 40 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was said, oh, not to exceed 60 miles per hour, but you must be at least 40 miles per hour. So that you, because they don't want, especially on the highway, because they don't want people going 30 miles per hour. That's for at another place, not the highway.
Uh-huh.
Right? And what happens when people are under that? People behind them blow the horn at them or whatever, because they say you're in the wrong place. You're not supposed to be going under 40 miles per hour. But you're also not supposed to be speeding going more than the 60 miles per hour if that's the speed limit.
Uh-huh.
Okay? All right. So that takes care of our math inequalities quiz number 6. I think that was the last one. Yeah, we had 12. That's the last one. Now we want to look at some algebra. Don't worry so much about the compound because I just want you to know it exists and to just show you some examples, but we won't really be doing too much of that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But I just want you to know that in inequalities can be combined to have two or more inequalities linked together to make a compound inequality.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go to a new share and let's look at some algebra. And I think we want to look at, let's see, number 5.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, Maureen, 21.
Uh,
I want you to read it and tell me the answer.
if you want, okay.
You see it, right? Task Math Algebra Worksheet number 5.
I look at this. I think I got that in my book already, so I want.
Okay, so you can tell me the answer.
I gotta find it.
What is the answer? 15 is 28 less than 5 times a number. 15, yeah, we did this on I think the Thursday we went through this. 15 is 28 less. That means 28 is subtracted from 5 times a number.
Give me a minute. I think I write it down this book. I didn't fit
Times a
me out.
number is multiplication, right? Is an equal. So 15 is equal 28 less. That means subtracting 28 from 5 times a number. That means multiplication of 5 times a number. And they're using y as the variable. What is the answer, Maureen?
I think we had that already.
So,
I don't want to write it over when they got it already.
well, tell me what the answer is. How do you write 15 is
Uh,
28? 15 is equal 28 subtracted from 5 times the number.
okay, 15 is 28. Less than
20, yeah,
5 times
20,
the number.
yeah, 15 is, that's the 15 equal
Uh-huh.
right here, right?
Uh-huh.
28 less than means you're subtracting 28 from 5 times a number. This is a multiplication. 5 times a number means 5 times some variable. Here they're using y. So what is your answer, Maureen?
D.
Okay, tell me in words what this one is saying, Maureen. You said D is in dog?
Yeah.
Okay, what is this saying in words? 15 is what?
15 is greater or equal.
No, it's no greater than equal. You got 15
Is
equal.
15 equal
So
28?
what is this saying? Tell me this in words.
Come on. I gotta put it in words before.
Yeah, well, in words, this is saying 28 less than 5 times a number.
Uh-huh.
That's saying 15 is 28. Uh, 50, well, this is saying 28 less, right? This is
I have.
saying 5 times a number less than 28. Well, because here you're subtracting 5y. So 28 less, that would be 5y, 5 times a number less than 20. 15 is 28 less than 5 times a number.
Yeah.
This is saying 28 less than 5 times a number. This is saying you're subtracting 28. This is saying you're subtracting 5 times a number. That's a difference.
Wow.
Saying you're subtracting 5 times a number from 28. So which one is saying you're taking 5 times a number and you're subtracting 28 from it?
Okay, a 5 times number.
That's a multiplication.
I got to figure out that. Is B? It got to be everything. Is B?
Okay, 28 less than 5 times a number. No, Maureen, you're right. 28 less than 5 times a number. That's 5 times a number subtracted. No, you're right. D is correct. Because this one is 20, let's see, 28 less than 5 means you're subtracting 28. No, it's B. Sorry, it's B. Because the 28 has to be subtracted from 5 times the number. Here,
Uh-huh.
5 times a number is subtracted from 28. So the less would be 5 times a number. Okay, this would be 5 times a number. Uh, okay, the less than would be the 28, and this would be 5 times the number. It would be the reverse.
Uh,
When you say 28 less, that means you're subtracting 28.
mhm.
28 less than means subtracting 28 from something, but you subtracting it from is 5 times a number.
Okay.
This D, you subtracting 5 times a number from 28.
Okay.
So in words, it would be 15 is 5 times a number less than 28. See, in other words, 5 times a number would go here and then 28 here.
Okay.
That would be your this one. So the answer is B. Whatever number they say less than, that's the number you subtracted. So it has to be 28 subtracted from something. So which means it can't be D and it can't be A. It's got to be 28. But this one is saying 28, well, Y less than 28, and then 5 times that. So it's a result of
B.
the
Or
subtraction.
B.
So it has to be B. All right?
Okay. All right.
Okay. Just remember when you see less than,
Mhm.
whatever number you're given, that's the number that's subtracted. So that
Okay.
means 28 subtracted. Right? Okay,
Okay.
let's go to number 22. Maureen, you remember perimeter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 22. All right. Okay, what's the definition of area?
Definitely length and width.
Area of a rectangle is what?
Two length, two width.
No, that's perimeter. What's the formula for area of a rectangle?
Length times width.
That's it. It's a multiplication, and you get square units. So area of a rectangle equal length
Times.
times width. Okay, very good. Now let's just write this as A equals L times W.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, Maureen, tell me how to write this. Width of a rectangle is 3 less than twice its length. How would I write that? Width equal what? W
The
is
width.
width. Tell me how to write that in the math.
This is width of the rectangle is 3 less
And twice the
than
length.
twice the length.
Now tell me how to write that as an equation.
So I when you put W,
W equal what?
the width,
3 less than twice the length, and the length is called X.
uh,
Right? The length is called X. Notice they told you then twice the length X. So let's just put here LNGTH equal X. They told you that in the problem. All right. So what would
yeah,
width be? Translate width is 3 less than twice the length X. So how would I write that?
3 is oh,
No, the 3,
3,
remember I'm subtracting. I'm subtracting the 3 from
yeah.
something. So tell me what to write. How do
You
I write
subtracting,
twice the length?
okay, like 2x,
That's it. Very good, Maureen. So twice the length would be 2x,
x.
and tell me how to write 3 less than subtraction.
You put like it in quotation marks.
No, I want to subtract 3 from this. How do I write 3 subtracted from this twice the length?
2x minus 3.
That's it. That's it. Because 3 less is minus 3. That's it. Very good. So I've got the width and I've got the length, right? Now,
Uh-huh.
if area equal length times width, let's just copy this here. Area is length times the width. Put this here. Okay. Now, the length is X The width is 2x minus 3. So let's copy the length. Well, let's just put x for the length and for the width, 2x minus 3. So that means the area, tell me what the right, Marie. What's the length?
The length,
Right here.
X.
Right, length is x. All right. What's the width?
Okay.
Right here.
2x minus 3.
2x minus 3. All right. But we know that this is equal to what? This is equal to area. So let me just copy that here. And what's the area? The area of the rectangle is what?
43 square
That's right.
feet.
So that would be 43. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which answer is that?
D.
Which one?
D.
D is in dog. That's right.
Good. I got that. I got that one right.
Very good. Okay. Answer is D. Yeah, because you knew the area of a rectangle was length times width. They gave you the length as the variable x. And the width, you translated that correctly. 3 less than 3 subtracted from 2 times the length. That's what twice the length means, multiplication. Then you just substituted in for the length, x, the width, 2x minus 3, and the area, 43 square feet. So x times 2x minus 3 equals 43.
Mm-hmm.
Answer D. Now, Maureen, let's go a step further. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, because we get into quadratic. I was going to ask you to solve for the x. Well, you can still solve for it. No, this one, I'm not sure. This one may not even come out right. But if we had to solve for x, we'd have to multiply x times what is in parentheses. That would give us 2x squared minus 3x. And then if we brought the 43 over here, minus 43 would be 0. Now we add a quadratic, and we'd have to find the factors of the quadratic. And I'm not sure it's going to come. It probably won't come out in whole numbers. All right, let's go to number. So Maureen, you had that one correct, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
I do a few of them.
All right. Okay. Well, let's go to 23. 23 is you could do as what, ratio proportion, or you could just kind of reason it out, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So what answer did you get, Maureen?
I got B.
That's correct. Answer B. Use ratio and proportion.
Yeah.
And if you use ratio and proportion, how did you set it up, Maureen? Tell me what you had.
Okay. I set up my way like ratio, and I do the calories and the minutes.
Okay, so tell me what you wrote.
I put 200 for the ratio.
And that's calories. Okay.
And X for the calories.
Okay, so you put, where did you put the X?
By the 200.
What do you, when you say by, what do you mean?
I put 200. Then I put the X.
Where did you put the X?
Next to it.
No. Ratios are like fractions, like numerator over denominator.
Yeah.
So you could put 200 calories, and that's for how many minutes?
35 minutes.
Okay. So that's 20, no, That's 25 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
Okay. So this would be, okay, 25.
Over uh, 200
And
over 25.
what did you put on the right side?
I put X over 35.
Okay, very good, because that's what you're looking for. You call your
Yeah.
unknown X and you put that over 35 minutes. Okay. Okay. So let's just and then what did you do?
I multiply the 200 by 35.
Okay, you did cross multiply.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you cross multiply, cross multiply, and you got 200
7,000.
times 35, right? 200.
Yeah.
Let's just put 25x equal 200 times 35. Okay, so you got 20. What's 200 times 35, Maureen?
I get 7,000.
Okay, so you got 20. Let's see, 25x. Copy that. So you got 7,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what did you do?
I divide that. Okay, then I divide both sides by 25.
Both sides by 25, and that gave you what?
280.
280. Okay, that's your answer. Okay, so divide both sides by 25. Let's just do that. Okay, and you get just X on the left and 280 on the right. So X equal 80, and that's answer B. Let's put the little X, right, and make that a little closer. Okay, Maureen. So you got that one. What about 24? Well, you on a roll here, Maureen. What about 24?
I can figure out 24.
What do you do with exponents when you multiply, Maureen? What do you do with exponents?
I really can't remember.
No, the product means you're multiplying, right?
Yeah.
So you really taking these
That
two
is 6 to the power 10.
and you multiplying that by this one. Okay, let's put this one here. And that means you add the exponents. Okay.
All we had to do.
Now you don't need the commas because this is multiplication. Let's take the
Mhm.
commas out. Now, when you multiply, you add the powers, right?
Uh-huh.
Correct? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you multiply these numbers times 6 times 4.6 times 2. What does that equal to, Marie?
You
Multiply
multiply 6.
6 times 4.6 and then multiply by 2. What do you get?
I didn't pour.
Hmm? 6
Okay.
times 4.6 times 2. What do you get?
6 by
Oh, 6 times 4.6 times 2. What does that give you?
6 times 4.2 into
Okay, so you multiply 6 times 4.6 times 2. What does that give you?
6 multiplied by 4.6.
Times 2.
You give me 2. And without those other numbers running down the line.
6 times 4.6 times 2. What do you get?
6 multiplied
By 4.6
4.6
and then times 2. Then
times 2
2, what do you get?
into 55.2.
Okay, so you got 55.2. All right. Now, multiply exponents to add the exponents. So let's add up those exponents. What do you get? Add the 3, the 5, and the minus 2. What does that give you?
3
So you're adding 3
and 2 is 5.
plus 5
That's 8.
and plus, that's a minus 2. What is that equal to?
10.
Minus 2.
Yeah.
3 plus 5 plus a
It's
minus
8
yeah, is 8. And then a minus 2.
is a minus 6.
No,
8 and 2 is 10. Minus 10?
no.
You said minus.
8 and a minus 2. What is that equal to, Maureen?
8 and a minus 2.
Yeah,
It's a 10.
no. 8 and a minus 2, you subtract
Oh, a 6.
a 6. That's right, a positive 6, because you got more plus than negative. So 2 from 8 is 6. And the bigger number is the plus one. Okay, so your exponents are 6. So this would be 55.2 times 10, and that would be, let's see, let's put our 6 here. 6. Okay, now that's what we got. 55.2 times 10 to the 6. Do you see that answer there?
Yeah.
Where?
A.
That's a minus 6.
Oh,
What would be the answer?
7.
What
Oh,
would be?
we only got 1 and 6 there. That's a minus 6.
Yes.
Then the other is 10 to 7, 10 to 7, 10 to 10.
Yeah, but this is a 55.2, right? Now,
Uh-huh.
if you make this number smaller, you have to increase the exponent, right?
Uh-huh.
So if this is 5.52 times 10, then this would be, if I made this smaller, I've got to increase my exponent. So this would then be a 7,
Oh, I see.
right?
Uh-huh.
Because if you have the power and you have the base 10, and you have this number in front of it. If I make this number one, like 1/10 smaller, then I have to increase this exponent by 1. So what's the answer, Maureen?
Oh.
What's the answer?
So the answer would be B.
That's it, B. Yeah. When you don't see the power there, think about what you have here. This multiplying by that base and the exponent. Okay. So this would
I
be,
I had I had guessed wrong. I had guessed C.
yeah, you had guess what?
C.
Yeah, but see, it's 55.2
Let's
times
see
10 to
that.
the
Right.
6th. That's not the
Right.
same as 55.2 times 10 to the 7th. That's
Oh,
different, right?
oh, see.
Okay. And then this one is a minus 6. If you can see it, it's going to make it a little bigger. See, that's a minus 6. So it's not that one because we have a plus 6. So the answer is B.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So let's go to 25. What would you do first on 25? What would you do first on 25?
The parentheses first.
Oh, yeah, PEMDAS. That's right. Got to do the parentheses first. So let's just copy this and you tell me what you get. 3x minus 3x times x, and then minus 3x times minus 4. So what do you get? What do you get for the first one? What's a minus 3x times x?
Minus 3x. Then x is 3x.
No, you got powers here. 1 and a 1. You multiply, you add the powers. So what's a minus 3x times x?
A 4.
No, a
Okay.
minus 3x times 1x. What's a minus 3 times a 1, Maureen?
2
Minus 3 times 1
is 3.
is a minus 3.
Yeah.
And it number times 1 is just going to give you that same number. So a minus 3 times 1 gives you a minus 3. Now what's x times x?
0.
No. Multiplication.
X
No. X.
times x.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's put, okay. X to the 1. Okay. Let me put this here. X to the 1 times x to the 1. Let's just copy that again, put it here. I want you to multiply this out. Tell me what you get. X to the 1 times x to the 1. Add the exponents. What's that equal to, Maureen?
2. 2.
X to the 2. X to the 2, right? Because you add a
Yeah.
1 plus 1 and 2. So this exponent would then be a 2, right? X times x is x squared. Add the exponents. 1 plus 1 is 2. Got it? Okay, so now what would minus 3x times x be?
3x.
This is a 1. This is a
1
1.
is 2.
X times x is x to the second.
Uh-huh.
So what's a minus 3x times x?
Minus x.
Minus 3x times x, Maureen, would be what? Minus,
3x.
but you've got x to the 1 times x to the 1, just like over here, I get x to the
Yeah,
second. So that's going to be 3 minus
3 minus
3x
3x.
to the second power, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That would be minus 3x. Make that bigger. Okay. So minus 3x times
Mhm.
x is minus 3x to the second power. What's a minus 3x times a minus 4?
Minus 1
A minus 3x times a minus 4?
is 1.
I'm not adding, Maureen. I'm multiplying. Multiplication. What's a minus 3x times a minus 4?
12
12 what?
minus 12.
A minus times a minus is a
A
plus.
plus.
But you're throwing away your x. What's a minus 3x times a minus 4? It will be a plus.
Plus 4x.
No. 3 times 4?
12.
So it'll be a plus 12x.
5. Oh, see.
You're multiplying what's outside the parentheses by everything within the parentheses. So a minus 3x times x is minus 3x to the second power. A minus 3x times a minus 4, you multiply the coefficients, the minus 3 and this constant. That's a plus 12 because remember, multiply like signs, you get plus. So minus times minus give you plus. So minus 3x times minus 4 gives you plus 12x.
Uh-huh.
Maureen, is that clear? How you
Yeah.
multiply that? Okay, so
Yeah.
let's do the next one then. Let's do the next. We got to do the next parenthesis. M dots. You do the parenthesis first. Okay. So what's a minus 2x times x?
2x minus 2x.
What about the powers?
The power 2.
Yeah, the power of 2. That's right. Be minus 2x, and then we put square, right? Because that's a 1 plus 1 again, just like over here. X to the 1, x to the 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. X to the 1, x to the 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, Maureen, what's a minus 2x times a plus 3?
6x
That's it. Plus or minus?
plus
A minus times a plus gives you what, Maureen?
minus.
Minus. Minus 6x. Okay, so we've taken care of our parentheses, and this is what we have. We have a minus 3x squared plus a 12x minus 2x squared minus 6x. Now, Maureen, combine your like terms. What do you get?
Right there is 3x 2
Combine like terms.
minus.
What do you get?
What could we get? 3x 2. 3 to the minus 3x to the power 2, right?
Right?
Minus 2x to the power 2.
And what does that give you?
Okay. 3 minus 3x to the power 2.
You only take the coefficients. What's a minus 3 and a minus 2?
5
Plus or minus?
plus
Nope.
or
When
minus.
you add minus, see, you're getting your multiplication mixed up with your addition. See, when you add two minuses, you get minuses. When you
Oh,
multiply
yes.
two
Yes.
minuses, you get plus. Because
Okay.
like signs multiply to give you plus, unlike multiply to give you negative. So a minus 3x squared and a minus 2x squared give you a minus 5x squared. So let's just copy the x squared here. So
Minus.
this would be minus 5 x squared. All right. So we combine our like terms to x squared. What is a 12x and a minus 6x?
So that would be 18 plus 18.
Maureen, you got a plus 12x. See, this is a plus. This is a negative.
Also a minus.
No. When you have a
Inside
plus and a minus, you subtract.
that.
So what's a plus 12x and a minus 6x?
Plus 6.
That's right. No, not a, you've got a plus. That's correct. You
Yeah.
subtract and you've got more
Biggest
plus than,
down, then,
okay.
yeah.
So that would be plus 6x. Because you got plus and a minus, subtract the 6 from the 12, you get a 6. The 12 is the biggest number, has a plus, so this will be plus 6x. Okay, let's make that bigger. Okay, so what's the answer?
The answer is A.
The answer is A. That's a minus 5x squared plus 6x.
Oh, I had done way wrong.
What?
I had put C for mine, but then I don't realize if I met my mistake.
Oh, you had the minus. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember you use the highest numbers for higher numbers, you use them things first. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But Maureen, you getting your sign
Mix up.
rules mixed up. Just remember multiplication and subtraction, like signs give you plus, unlike give you negative. But when you adding unlike signs, you subtract. All right.
No.
So if you had a, let me just take this. Suppose you had uh, 12 minus 9. What would that be equal to?
Nine for three.
What?
Three.
3. That's right. Because you subtract. You have a
Mm-hmm.
you have a plus and a minus. You subtract the 9 from the 12, and the 12 is the bigger numbers, and it has a plus, so it would be 3. Or you could say you have more plus than you have minus, so it's 3. But now, if you had, let's see, minus 6 times 9, what would that be equal to? That's a multiplication.
That is minus. That is no 54.
Plus or minus?
A plus.
No. Minus
Minus.
times plus gives you negative. So it'd
Okay.
be negative 54. See, when you have unlike signs, you get negative. If you had like signs, you'd get plus. So if this had been minus 6 times a minus 9, then what would that be equal to, Maureen?
That's to multiply, right?
Yes,
It will be a plus 54.
that's right, plus 54. Yeah, because unlike signs multiply to give you negative, but like signs, because here you have minus, minus, those are like signs, they multiply to give you plus. Unlike signs multiply to give you negative. Okay. When you're adding unlike signs, you subtract. And your
Uh,
result sign is the sign of the number with a bigger absolute value, where absolute value is the number disregarding the sign.
okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was, I guess Alva didn't finish her appointment. She never came on. Okay. Now that was number 5. Now we'll go to number 6. Maureen, you did good on that one. Okay. Let's do a new share. And let's go to algebra number 6. Okay. So that took us up to 25. And Maureen, I'm going to give you a few minutes on this one. You read it and then tell me the answer.
Okay. This is new, right?
Yes, 26.
Okay.
You're solving this equation for m. So let me just copy this equation.
The equation is 2,
Yeah, here we go. So copy
2,
here.
5, 2, 5,
25m. Let's make it bigger.
plus 350.
It's $21.50. And you are solving for m.
The equation is 2.2025 m plus 350 is equals to that.
Right.
Can be used to calculate the cost of riding the taxi, given the number of miles traveled m in miles. What is m?
Because notice that 350 is like that's like a flat fee you're gonna pay. And then for every mile you travel, you're gonna pay 225 per mile. But for this cab, for this ride, when you multiplied the 225 by the number of miles and added the 350, which is a fixed cost, you got a cab fare of $21.50. We want to know, what is the value of m? How many miles did a person travel to get this amount?
Okay, give the number of miles traveled as m.
Solve this equation for m.
Oh boy.
What do you do first, Maureen, to solve this equation for m? What's your first step?
I figured it out. Well,
You're trying to solve for m. What's your first
yeah.
step?
The first step is okay. 225, right? Confusing. Did I just figure out the answer here? I'm trying to figure out what they say. The takeaway. Okay. I gotta figure out this. You put 225, right? The equation,
What are you going to do first?
I would add up the 225 and the 350. That way would it do?
No. 350 is added over here. What's the opposite of addition?
Multiply.
No.
Addition is subtraction.
Right. So so you're going to subtract the 350 from both sides of the equation. That's your first step.
Oh,
Right?
boys,
Subtract
350.
the 350. That's your first step, Maureen. Subtract.
They do the
Before you
220.
start looking at your 225, do the subtracting. Subtract 350 from both sides. Okay. 350, 0 from both sides. So that's your first step. Do
Okay.
that, and then you deal with your 225.
Okay, subtract 350 from both sides.
What do you get?
We get 125.
350 from 2150.
Oh,
Both sides.
oh, 21 from, I see.
Yeah, you got to subtract that 350. Let me just put it here, what I'm asking you to do. Okay, subtract 350 from both sides. So on the left side, this be minus
Okay,
$3.50, right? And on the right side, minus.
yeah, so I get $18.
Right, very good. You got $18 on the right side, right? Okay, because this is plus 350 and minus 350 is going to be giving you 0, right? So you just have 225M left. All right, there we go, 225M. So the 350 comes out because that's 0, right? So let's just take this out. And you said you got 18 right here, right, Maureen? So let's
Yeah,
put your $18 here. Okay, so this just be 18. Take out the 350. Okay, now what's your next step, Maureen? You're solving for M.
then we got to sidetrack again, right?
What do you do?
Sidetrack.
No. 225M is what operation? That's a multiplication.
Division.
Yes, so what are you going to divide by?
225.
That's exactly right, Maureen. So do that. That's a multiplication. So opposite is division. So you, like you say, divide both sides by 225. And once you do that, Maureen, what do you get for M? I'll put the 225 here. And this by 225.
You get 8.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Okay, so put the 225 here. 2.25 on the left and 2.25 on the right. 2.25. And let's put that. And you got the answer, Maureen. You got M means it was 8 miles traveled, right? In the
Uh-huh.
cab.
Yeah.
And that's answer what?
Yeah.
A. So answer A. ANSWE. Okay, so just remember, Maureen, the first step you do was not with your 2.25 because you have this uh, 350 here, right? You've got to
Uh-huh.
get these constants together, the 350 and the 2150. So you had to do that subtraction before you got to your 2.25, okay?
Yeah.
And your answer is, let's make that bigger.
Okay.
Okay, that was 26. Now, Maureen, you can do 27. I want you to do 27.
Yes.
In other words, you're solving for X. That's a,
Six number
that's a
in
math,
the
right? Solve that inequality for X. That's a
okay.
math.
Five plus three is greater than 38.
When you put one of these values in for X, then that left side is going to be bigger than 38. So you could just really pick one of these numbers and put it in there and see which one satisfies it. What would you say?
Okay.
What number, which one of those numbers would satisfy the inequality greater than 38?
Six.
You say B.
Yeah.
What's 5 times 6?
30.
What's 30 plus 3?
33.
Is that greater than 38?
No.
No. Okay, keep going.
8.
What's 5 times
Five.
8?
Okay. 5 times X is 43.
And what's
Oh,
4? Yeah, and that's greater than, right?
yeah.
Very good, Maureen. Okay. Yeah, because when you multiply, well, if you took 7, you get 35 and 3 is 38, but that's not
Yeah.
greater. That's an equal,
That's
right?
equal.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good catch, Maureen. You picked that 8 because you know when you multiply 5 times 8,
It's 40.
yes, it's 40. So when you add that to 3, then you get the number greater than 38. Yeah, because 5 times 8 is 40, and 40 plus 3 is 43. So we have 43 greater than 38. Excellent, Maureen. You know what? Some people take the 7 because they said, oh, 35 and 3 is 38. Of course it's 38.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not an
equal.
equal. That's not an equal, right?
Uh-uh.
Yep, it's not an equal. Okay, Maureen, excellent. Okay, let's go to 28. And that's the graph, Maureen. I think
Yeah.
you can solve that one.
And a choice about me. It is never going to be graph.
Now, now,
Which is the following is not a solution to the equation y x plus 1 is 1.
now you can look at the graph. Now, let's see. Move that over some, maybe make it a little bigger. Okay, Okay, now, okay, Maureen, let's just look at this graph. When this is the X and this is the Y, right? This is the X and this is the Y. Okay, this is the X. When X is 1, what is Y? Maureen, follow the red line.
Where X is 1.
What is Y? Go to the red line.
I see the red line.
You see the red line here?
Yeah.
Okay. So when X is 1, what's the value of Y?
Oh.
It's 2, right?
Uh-huh.
So it says which one of the following is not a solution, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when X is 1, Y is 2. So
Oh.
we know B is a solution, right?
Uh-huh.
Now let's go to 2. When X is 2, what is Y?
3.
3. Very good. So C is a solution, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's go to 4. When X is 4, what is Y?
5.
5. So that's a solution. So which one is not a solution?
Yeah.
That's right. A. Which we could, well, by it's saying 1 and 1, this is not at a 1 when it's 1, it's at a 2. So A cannot be a solution because we just said when X is a 1, Y is a 2. It's not a 1. So once you told me this one, you could say A is not a solution, right?
Mm-hmm.
We went through them all, but you didn't really have to, because once you got the 1 and the 2 for the Y, then it can't be a 1 and a 1 and also a 1 and a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? So
Yeah.
the answer is A. So Maureen, you read that graph well. What do you mean you can't do graphs? I don't believe you. You can do graphs. You read them all off perfect. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When on that graph, Maureen, when I'm not going to put my pointer on it, you tell me. When X is a 3, what is Y?
When X is 3.
Mhm. What is Y?
4.
Right. Very good. See, you can read the graph. When it's 3, you go up to the red line and it's a 4. All right. All right. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go to 29. Excellent, Maureen. Oh, I know you can do 29. I know you can do number 29. Okay, let's look at 29. I'll read it. Carissa has saved $1,400 to buy a car. Altogether, she needs $5,000. Her plan is to save money each month for 1 year to save the rest of the money she needs. Which of the following equations could be used to determine how much money per month M. Carissa needs to save? Now, you probably know how much she needs to save, right?
Yeah, she got
How
that
much does she need to save?
$14.
No, she's already
Oh,
saved.
so,
She has saved 14.
oh, $12.
What?
Let me see.
She's already saved 500. I mean
Yeah.
1,400. So Carissa,
How much money per month?
how much does she needs to save? Let's just figure that out. Carissa needs to save. Well, she needs $5,000, right? She needs to save $5,000 minus.
The 14.
That's right. What does that equal to, Maureen? What's
D.
what's 5,000 minus 1,400?
5 minus 14.
What's that equal to?
Okay. Mhm. Right.
Got the math. Well, you said the answer anyway.
Yes, it's D.
Okay, that's right. 36. You didn't really have to do that, but I'm just putting it here. Yeah, the answer is D because if you have you said D?
Mhm.
No. 5,000 minus 1,400. D is you'd have to add 1,400 to get 12M. You'd have to add 1,400 to both sides, right? So what's the answer?
B.
No, 12 has to go with M because it's 12 months in a year.
Uh,
So it can't be 12 by itself.
C. C.
Yeah, it's got to be C. Answer ANSWERC. Yes, because C says 12M, let's just put this here. 12M plus 1,400 is 5,000. All right, let's put that there. So if you subtract 1,400
And
from
5,
both
5,000.
sides, right?
Uh,
Subtract 1,400 from both sides, and this would give you, let's just copy that. Subtracted 1,400 from both sides. 12M minus 1,400. And this would be minus 14. So this would cancel out, and this would be 12M, 1,400 minus 1,400 is 0. So you'd have on the left side 12M is 5,000 minus 1,400, which is exactly what C is, because if I subtract the 1,400 from both sides, I get 12M equals 5,000 minus 1,400,
uh,
right?
yeah.
So that would be the answer.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we had just one more, and
Okay.
just one more. That'll finish up that worksheet. So we'll finish this up. I'll put this on YouTube for the ones not here. They can go to YouTube and look at the explanations and the nice answers that you gave, Maureen.
Mm.
Okay, Maureen, read number 30 and tell me, this is PEMDAS actually. So read number 30 and tell me the answer.
Okay, the expression y plus 5 raises 2x plus 5 raises minus 25 can be used to model the steps of a card trick, where two players' cards are chosen. Here's X represent the first card chosen, and Y represent the second card chosen. Which interpretation of the expression correctly identified the first step of the card trick after the card is chosen? Yeah. Multiply the value of the first card chosen by 7 and then by 5. double the value of the first card chosen, and then add 5 to the amount. Multiply the value of the first card chosen by 5, and then add 5. Subtract 25 from the value total, and then multiply them out by 5. That is great. Okay, so we have to choose the answer. So the first answer I will choose.
So really what you're saying, Maureen, is this expression. Okay, let's just copy that. What you're saying for this expression, what
Mm-hmm.
is the first step that you do here? What would you do here first?
First, I would do is the 5 2x by 5, right? The parentheses first.
That's right. First step for this expression would be the one that has right here.
Parentheses. Yeah.
That's it. That's your PEMDAS, like you said, the parentheses. Okay.
Oh, panda.
So that would be the first step for this expression is this. Okay. So now you see the math here. Which one does it match?
D.
Subtract? No. You just told me you're going to do the parentheses first.
Yeah.
So which one of these have the parentheses?
The 5 and the 2x.
Hmm?
5 is 25. Okay. So the first choice I would do,
What the, in parentheses,
I would, okay,
which one of those statements match what you see in parentheses?
5 to, let's see, multiply the value of the first card chosen by 5. See?
No.
Come on.
In
Okay.
parentheses, what are you doing there?
The multiply. Okay. Either A or B. We figure out what's up. Multiply the value of the first card chosen by 7. Or I figure it's A.
Multiply the
That
value
multiply.
chosen by 7.
Okay then. Now you got to explain me. The answer is B.
Double the value of the first card and then add 5. That's it. That's B.
Uh, uh,
Because that's what's going on here, right? Double the
uh-huh,
value. It says after the first card is chosen, the first card chosen is X, right? So you're going to
uh-huh.
double that value. That's 2 times X. And then you're going to add 5. So the answer is C. Okay, because it asks you after you've chosen the first card, which is X, you're going to do 2 times it. That's double.
Uh-huh.
Double is 2 times it. And then add 5 to that amount. So see, you double the X and then you add the 5.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that would be your first step of the card trick after the first card is chosen. The first card chosen is X. So after you get that card, you're going to double its value and then you're going to add 5.
Okay.
Okay, the first step of this expression is, let me just put here, within the parenthesis. Yeah, see, within the parenthesis, let me just, okay. So the first step is within the parenthesis. Double the
Mhm.
card X, the first card chosen, and then add 5. Got it?
Mm.
This one
So,
you have to go.
so
No,
number it would be B.
no,
It would
you double the first card chosen at. I'm sorry, not C.
be
No, double, that's 2x, and then add 5. So that would be B. Sorry.
B. Mhm.
Because in
Yeah.
parentheses is doubling the x and adding the 5, which is what B is. Double the value of the first card, which is x, and then add 5 to that amount. So the answer is B. Okay? All right, Maureen. So we finished that worksheet. And I will send you the next worksheet, Maureen, for you to
Okay.
do whatever you like from that one, okay? It will be
All
5
right.
problems just like with this one. And
Okay.
that was what we did, 5 and then 6. And I'll send you 7, and then you can do whatever you like from, well, at least do the first 2, but then if you can do as many as you like, okay?
Okay.
All right, Maureen did really good today.
Thank you.
So I'll send you this session,
Uh,
and I'll be putting this on YouTube for the ones who weren't in class, and they can go through the YouTube, and with the session that I'll be emailing to everybody, they
okay.
catch up, because we will be on the next sheet, and I will send that to them too, but we'll be
Okay.
on the next worksheet for the next session.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you for sharing, Maureen.
Okay. Have a good
Okay,
evening.
all right,
Okay.
you too.
All right.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
hold on. Bye, Barbara. So see you
Bye-bye.
at
Three-
4,
Uh-huh.
4:30.
4:30. Yes, I'll see you at 4:30. Okay.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.